Here is your full Wrestling Zone 1 script. Centimeter Punk snapped, and the fan who got his phone slapped is demanding an apology. Let me tell you something that is going to divide this entire comment section right down the middle, and I want every single one of you to tell me exactly where you stand, because this is one of those stories where the internet has completely lost the plot. Centimeter Punk, the voice of the voiceless, the best in the world, just had the match of his life at WrestleMania 42, lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Roman Reigns in one of the most physically grueling main events we have seen in years, walked to the back after putting on a fan. Centimeter Punk is a baby girl shirt showing the world that even in defeat, the man still has class. And then, past midnight, in the lobby of the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, a fan decided that was the perfect moment to cross every line imaginable. And now that same fan is on TMZ anonymously demanding an apology. I'm going to say this once. Centimeter Punk did nothing wrong. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good, keep watching, because by the time we're done here, you are going to have a lot to say. Let's set the scene properly, because the way some outlets are framing this story is borderline dishonest, and the Wrestling Zone 1 audience deserves the truth. Shortly after midnight on Monday, just hours after WrestleMania 42 wrapped up, Centimeter Punk got into an altercation with a fan in the lobby of the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino, right on the Vegas Strip. WrestleZone now, already, let's pause there, past midnight. In the hotel lobby, these wrestlers have just worked one of the most physically demanding nights of their entire year. Bodies are broken down, emotions are raw, and fans are camped out in the hotel lobby waiting for them. Booker T described the scene on his podcast, saying fans were camped out everywhere, you couldn't walk anywhere. He recalled someone literally filming him in the bathroom, and when he walked out, the fans still tried to get his attention. Review Journal: imagine that. These are human beings who just entertain tens of thousands of people, and they cannot even use a restroom in peace. Trivia question for the comment section: how many WrestleManias has Centimeter Punk competed in throughout his career? Drop your answer below. Let's see who really knows their Punk history. Now, back to this incident. What actually happened? New footage released from the fan's own phone shows the man and several others filming Bayley and Lee saying their goodbyes after WrestleMania 42 weekend. Realizing the attention they were drawing, Bayley and Lee shuffled off toward the elevator bay, clearly looking for some privacy. Cage side seats. And what did this fan do? Did he respect that? Did he take the hint? No, he followed them. After Bayley put her hand up to block his shot and said go away, the fan responded with "We love you, Bayley." Cage side seats. Let that sink in. Bayley physically put her hand up. Bayley, one of the most fan-friendly, warm, and gracious human beings in this entire industry, told this man directly to go away. And he kept filming. He kept following. Because in his mind, loving a wrestler apparently means you own access to them, even when they are explicitly telling you to leave them alone. Another fan who witnessed the incident said Punk got involved after the fan put his arm around Lee for a selfie, even though she had said no. WrestleZone. He said no. Lee said no. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. She said no. And this man continued anyway. At that point, Centimeter Punk stepped in. Bayley appeared to push the phone away and told the individual to leave before the situation escalated further. Seconds later, Centimeter Punk is seen stepping directly in front of the fan and knocking the phone from his hand. International Business Times. Security, as well as Punk's friend and mentor A. Steele, stepped in to defuse the situation after Punk knocked the phone away. Wrestling Incorporated. That's it. That is the whole incident. Punk saw his wife being harassed after she had already said no, after Bayley had already said go away, after every social cue possible had been ignored, and he knocked a phone out of someone's hand. No punches, no threats, no screaming. A phone was knocked out of a hand. Now here's where it gets absolutely infuriating. The fan, speaking with TMZ Sports under the condition of anonymity, said he wants an apology from Centimeter Punk. He claimed to be showing Punk grace because he understands Punk wasn't having the greatest weekend after losing to Roman Reigns. WrestleView. He is showing Centimeter Punk grace. This man, who followed two women who told him to go away, who tried to physically grab a woman who told him no, who refused every social and verbal cue he was given, is showing Centimeter Punk grace. The fan stated, "I want an apology, shake my hand, I'm not gonna sue him or put him in jail. I just want an apology." WrestleView. You know what? I almost respect the audacity. Almost. Because this is peak 2026 fan entitlement culture, and it is exactly the kind of behavior that makes it harder for every respectful wrestling fan out there who just wants a photo or an autograph without crossing lines. Comment section question: do you think Centimeter Punk owes this fan an apology, yes or no? And more importantly, why? I want full paragraphs in the comments. This is a debate we are having today. Let's talk about the bigger picture here, because this wasn't an isolated incident. Not even close. PW Insider reported that Damian Priest had to help a female WWE star get away from a group of fans. There were several similar instances throughout the weekend, including one situation where a referee was nearly trampled by a group of fans stationed in the hotel. According to PW Insider, the lack of security at the hotel was a topic of conversation throughout the entire weekend. WrestleZone. A referee was nearly trampled. Let that one marinate for a second. Drew McIntyre shared a video on X detailing that fans rushed his family and him in the hotel and shoved a camera in his face. Review Journal: Drew McIntyre, a man who is known for engaging with fans, was pushed to the point where he felt he needed to publicly call out the behavior. MGM Grand responded to the numerous incidents, stating that they have a multi-year relationship with WWE, work closely with their security teams, and that their top priority is a safe and enjoyable experience for everyone. Review Journal: a safe and enjoyable experience for everyone. That includes the wrestlers, WWE. That includes Edge Lee. That includes Bayley. That includes every human being on that roster who just put their body on the line for your entertainment and then had to fight their way through a hotel lobby like they were walking a gauntlet. And here is the part of this story that nobody is talking about enough: the WWE security situation at this event was genuinely unacceptable. The dilemma, unique to Las Vegas, is that most hotels are massive public spaces where many can gather without causing a disturbance. Review Journal: but that's not an excuse, that's an explanation. There's a difference. WWE knew they were bringing their entire roster to the MGM Grand. They knew it was WrestleMania weekend. They knew fans would be there. The fact that security was so thin that Damian Priest was personally escorting female talent away from groups of fans, that referees were being nearly trampled, that Centimeter Punk had to physically intervene to protect his own wife, that is a failure of planning. That is a failure of infrastructure. The previous year's WrestleMania 41 stay at Fontainebleau, Las Vegas was described as more streamlined, with a VIP elevator and a more intuitive flow from valet to guest rooms. Review Journal: so WWE already had a blueprint for how to do this better. They just didn't use it. Here's your trivia question: name one other WrestleMania moment or weekend incident that you think rivals this one for pure chaos. Comment below. The most creative answer gets a special shout out in the next video. Now I want to address the people who are going to come into this comment section and say Centimeter Punk was wrong. I hear you. I do. And yes, technically, slapping a phone out of someone's hand is assault. Legally, that is a real conversation. But here is what I need you to answer: where exactly was this fan supposed to stop? Bayley said go away. He didn't stop. Edge Lee said no to a selfie. He didn't stop. He followed them toward the elevator. He kept filming. At what point does a husband have the right to step in and protect his wife from a man who will not take no for an answer? Centimeter Punk did not receive any disciplinary action from WWE for the incident. WrestleView: and honestly, that tells you everything you need to know about how the company internally viewed what happened. They saw the footage. They made their call. The fan says he wants a handshake and an apology. But here is my question for this entire comment section: where is the fan's apology to Edge Lee for not respecting her boundary? Where is his apology to Bayley for continuing to film after she physically put her hand up and told him to leave? Why is it that in this story, the only person expected to apologize is the one who protected two women from a man who would not stop? Let me also say this, and this is important: being a wrestling fan is not a license. The passion, the love, the energy that you bring to this product is what makes pro wrestling special. It is what separates WWE from every other form of entertainment on the planet. But that passion has a limit. It has a boundary, and that boundary is the word no. When a performer tells you no verbally, physically, or both, that is the end of the interaction. Full stop. These are human beings. Centimeter Punk is a husband. Edge Lee is a wife. Bayley is a friend. And after putting on a WrestleMania-level performance, they deserve to walk through a hotel lobby without being followed, filmed against their will, and physically approached after being told to stop. Centimeter Punk walked out of WrestleMania 42 having given everything he had. He lost the title. He still smiled for fans. He still put on a shirt from the crowd. And then he walked into a hotel past midnight and had to physically defend his wife because a fan decided that his love of wrestling gave him the right to ignore every boundary in front of him. The best in the world protected his family, and if you've got a problem with that, drop it in the comments, because this comment section is about to be absolutely electric. Tell me, was Centimeter Punk right or wrong? Was the fan out of line, and should WWE be held accountable for the lack of security that put their own talent in these situations? Because I think that last question is the one that nobody is asking, and it might be the most important one of all. Until next time, this has been Wrestling Zone 1. Comment, share, and let the world know where you stand.